This week's GTA Online money bonuses are actually centered around a pretty nice salvage yard grind, and if you structure it right, there's a huge amount of money to be made here without needing to consistently run major heists or do long sell missions that are really boring. The big focus this week is on your salvage yard tow truck operations, where the faster salvaging speed and boosted tow truck payouts make it much easier to stack up some steady hourly income while your other businesses run in the background. And at the same time, there's also a really nice bonus tied to completing vehicle robberies that you probably already are going to take advantage of here for some claimable cars, and the weekly challenge will give you some extra cash. Like I said, we have a couple of those valuable vehicles that you can claim this week, and I'm going to cover that in a second guide later on. But this video is your weekly update money guide. We're going to go over how to use the quick tow truck jobs at your salvage yard to keep cash flowing between your other major activities, how the boosted salvage yard system works this week, as well as the best ways and the best strategies to take advantage of everything available in game this week. So thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. Here we are in my salvage yard business in GTA Online, and before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, I want to go over and just overview all the bonuses that we have, and then I'll show you what specifically we're going to focus in on to make our millions this week in GTA Online, because the salvage yard is a big part of it. It's not going to be the only part of GTA Online that you engage with this week. It actually isn't going to take that much of your time. You have tons of time to do your Cayo Perico heists, to do your Dr. Dre contract, Cluck and Bell, Oscar Guzman, No Way Out missions, whatever you like to do, even, RAF money laundering missions or agency security contracts, however you like to make your money. The salvage yard should just be part of it this week for several reasons, and we're going to go over it. But first, let's talk about the bonuses that we do have that don't have to do with the salvage yard. Well, some of these stunt races and community race series game modes in the community job section are paying out double money and double RP, 4 times money for GTA Plus members. Also, under the Rockstar community, the Rockstar official playlist of adversary modes, we have Hunting Pack Remix. This is also paying out double money and double RP. So those are just 2 side bonuses. Now let's talk about why we're in the salvage yard, because we are getting double money on the tow truck service salvage values. So we're going to explain this in detail, but just to kind of go over it here, when you start off your tow truck missions, you grab a tow truck in your salvage yard, you drive it, you bring it back to your salvage yard, and it gets stored in one of 2 bays. If you have 2 salvage bays, you can obviously salvage 2 vehicles. You do have to purchase the second. But basically what comes with it here is once you bring the vehicle back, normally you're getting $30,000 to $40,000 when you bring a vehicle back to salvage it. Not only do we have double money on the tow truck service salvage values though, but we have double daily income on the salvage yard wall safe. Now, I haven't been keeping up with it, so I gotta boost my hidden meter back up for the salvage yard business, and I'm gonna talk about that. But the salvage yard daily income at your wall safe is double money. If you're a GTA Plus member, you are making 4 times money on that, which is just insane, and we're gonna talk about that. The last salvage yard bonus we have is double the salvaging speed. When you bring a vehicle back with your tow truck and you salvage it here, it's gonna be salvaged twice as fast, meaning you could do twice as many tow truck jobs in the same amount of time to make even extra money from the payout from the salvage itself. And that'll just make it easier on your wall safe too, because your double daily income is not going to produce twice as fast or anything, but you can just keep up that meter easily because you're able to salvage so many vehicles. You're not going to lose that hidden popularity meter the salvage yard has. And then the weekly challenge, which ties in with this business as well, is just complete 2 salvage yard robberies and you make 100 grand. We have 2 claimable vehicles at the salvage yard this week, so while you're claiming your vehicles, not only, are you going to get the cars, but you're also going to get the $100,000 for engaging with 2 of these robberies. This one isn't a claimable car, the Omnis EGT, so you could also just sell it to the docks for 384 grand as well. Now, getting started with talking about the salvage yard business and why it's one of the better businesses to be focusing on right now, especially because of that tow truck work. Well, first, the salvage yard is 40% off, plus the salvage yard upgrades and modifications. You have some locations up here, like in Sandy Shores, for example. Let me remove the facilities. You have a Sandy Shores location and Paleto Bay. Just skip those. Don't even bother. Get one of these in the city. If your businesses are on the east side of the map, get the Marietta Heights location. I go with the Strawberry location because it's nice and central. Most of my businesses are up in West Vinewood and downtown Vinewood, but I do have some businesses down here, like of course the car wash and stuff like that, so I just go with the Strawberry location. My original one was this one, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to in the junkyard itself because you got to drive from the road all the way through. But either way, salvage yard is worth buying this week at 40% off, and you can get the upgrades and modifications for 40% off. Get the trade rates. This is going to help with insurance costs with vehicles and stuff like that. The tow truck, it doesn't really matter which you get. They both go the same speed, they have the same performance, they do the same job, have the same utility. It's just, do you want a nice looking tow truck or one that's all rusted out and it's a beater tow truck? You have to get the wall safe and you have to get the staff upgrades for your salvage yard business. The wall safe is going to give you additional income because it's tied in with the tow truck missions themselves. If you don't do the tow truck jobs, you're not going to make that much money from the wall safe. It's going to generate a very small amount of money. It's only really worth it if you're doing the tow truck job. So you need the tow truck, you need the wall safe, and you need the staff upgrade. The staff upgrade is important here because when you purchase that, that's going to reduce and cut your vehicle processing time when you salvage it in half. And this week, that means cars get salvaged in as little as 24 minutes, which dramatically increases how fast you get paid for the salvage job. Because without the double the speed, if you do have the staff upgrade, it's 48 minutes. That's what it is. If you don't have the staff upgrade, it's 96 minutes normally to salvage a vehicle. That's 2 hours. That's a long time, right? So this week with double the speed and the staff upgrade, you can do it in 24 minutes, which is just incredible. Now, here's the important part, because the tow truck jobs are like a two-facet part of the business. You have the actual salvage payout for the vehicle when you bring it back to salvage, and you also have the wall safe income. The wall safe income is determined by how many salvage tow truck jobs you do, how many vehicles you salvage. Once you get up to it's sort of like a hidden meter, and I have more details of that in my GTA Online salvage yard guide. I will leave that in the description if you want like a dedicated guide. This is just kind of like an overview for you guys. Consider it like a hidden popularity meter for your salvage yard. So maintaining the salvage yard's hidden popularity meter is also going to boost your passive safe income. Doing a few tow truck jobs is going to quickly max that out. If you do up to 4, you basically have like a max bonus, and you just need to maintain that rate by doing at least 1 per hour. That's going to give you the highest daily safe payout while your vehicles are being processed in the background. The highest daily safe payout is $24,000 with the salvage yard per day. Now, like I said, the daily income with the salvage yard is double this week. So you're making $48,000. Or if you're a GTA Plus member, that's $96,000 you can make from the salvage yard every single hour just from the wall safe. Don't forget about the salvage values. You're getting paid between $30,000 and $40,000 per salvage car you bring back. With double the money, that's now $60,000 to $80,000. So let's just take that $80,000 rate, because more often than not, you're on the higher end, but it is that range of $10,000 normally. When it's doubled, it's $20,000, right? So let's take that $80,000 number. You do a tow truck mission and you bring one back. You just made $80,000 for that vehicle. Now you spend another 5 minutes, do another tow truck job, bring a second back. That's another $80,000. That's $160,000 from just 2 trucks that you bring back. Now, in addition to that, because that's going to ensure you keep up with the daily nightclub wall safe income, that's $48,000 every single hour. I'm just taking the 2 times money values, not the 4 times for the wall safe. Just double that, of course, if you are GTA Plus. So you're making $160,000 for the 2 vehicles that you salvage in 48 minutes, or excuse me, 24 minutes, because remember the salvage speed is doubled, and you're making the $48,000. You're already up to $208,000. But now you have to add another $160,000 because you can do an extra 2 salvage jobs in that same hour, because the salvage speed is doubled down to 24 minutes this week instead of 48. So you are able to make $320,000 per hour from salvaging cars, plus $48,000 or even $96,000 from the wall safe this week. That's a huge amount of hourly income, and it's absolutely fantastic. I may be trolling. I feel like I did a terrible job of explaining that, but trust me, just check out my GTA Online Salvage Yard guide. It's the official dedicated guide. Super scripted. This is more of just like an overview video showing you. So let's jump into a tow truck job so you can see how fast and simple this is. The unfortunate thing about doing tow truck missions, you used to be able to do them back to back. Now you do have a minute cooldown. Once you bring a truck back, you need to wait a minute before you do another one. We got very lucky with a location. We only have to drive 1.15 miles. Sometimes you have to go as far as 3.5 miles for a tow truck mission. If you get a variant like that that's north of just the city, sometimes you have to go up here, and I will engage with that one because it's just up this road. But if you have to go like really far up here ever, just skip it. Just load into a new session, new invite only lobby, or you could choose to blow up the tow truck yourself. I mean, you'd just be wasting explosives and wasting money on that. But either way, change lobbies, lobby surf, or blow up your truck. You'll, obviously fail the mission. It'll end. In another minute, you could try again and hopefully get a better spawn point for the vehicle that you need to tow back. But these are very easy, so let's just drive over to this location and I'll show you how long it takes start to finish. Here we are, wasting no time. We are picking up the Dinka Ballista. We're just gonna grab this. Some vehicles you want to keep on all 4 wheels while you tow them. Others, what you may want to actually do is put them just on their, front or rear wheels only, depending on how you're actually towing the vehicle. For one like this, I'm going to put it and pick it up Some vehicles like handle better when all 4 wheels are on the ground. Like they just don't slide all over the place, whereas some do when it's just 2 wheels. So it's very vehicle dependent, and as you're doing these jobs, you'll kind of just get used to it. But yeah, let's just bring this thing back. I mean, we've only been on this job for less than 2 minutes now, so by the time we get back to the salvage yard, it'll be like 3 minutes for this. We do it again in another 3 minutes with another vehicle, and there you go. That's $160,000 right there, and then these are gonna get salvaged in 24 minutes. So what do we do in the meantime while we're waiting before we do more of these jobs? Do some setups for the Dr. Dre contract, do some Oscar Guzman Flies Again missions, do some No Way Out missions, do some Cluck and Bell setups, do some Cayo setups, do the finales, whatever you want to do, right? This isn't supposed to be the only thing you play this week. This is just supposed to be something that you dedicate some time to, dedicate 20 minutes out of your hour to do, and you're going to be making a killing this week. And we're basically back at the salvage yard already, which is just awesome. So I'm going to pull up here. I'm glad they moved my Pegasi Reaper out of the way. So we'll drive into the Corona, we'll bring the vehicle in, and you will see just real fast here. It's in the salvage yard vehicle bay. It says tow truck service, the ballista recovered. This will be salvaged in 24 minutes. Now, again, I have the minute cooldown before I could go and do another job. So let me hop in here and you can kind of just see the little alert that you get before I could begin. It does say there is a short delay. It is 1 minute. And once that's over, you could just start the next job. Now, I quickly want to show you the McTony robbery, because this is probably, it's not a bad salvage yard vehicle robbery. I think it's just the worst out of all of them. Not that it's not fun. Honestly, raiding the submarine and shooting all the enemies is super, super fun. But this is one of the few that I actually do the disrupt weapons, because there's just so many enemies that spawn in CQB, and if you're not careful, you will die on this. And I also just can never get the bonus objective done of finding the head of security within 1 minute. I know you're supposed to open up a door before you go and search for him, so that way you can actually do it before the countdown timer expires and you can get the bonus objective done. But I always find the Kasaka to be a total maze. I don't know why, so I just never worry about it. Anyway, we're just gonna speedrun this real fast so we can get our $100,000 for the weekly challenge. So let's start this bad boy up. Alright, well, here we are hopping out. Yeah, I'm just gonna speedrun this, I think, and kind of just make some cuts as I kill all the enemies. But I did just want to include this part in the video, just so we have it, you know, completing the McTony robbery and getting the vehicle, doing all that. Getting the weekly challenge done. Dude, these guys always have the crazy invisible clipping issues here. It's so annoying. Like, you can't headshot them while you're walking into this room. Alright, let's take out all these computers and sonar equipment. Honestly, as well, I don't know why I don't make it easier on myself and just use an assault shotgun for this whole thing. I try and, like, run through and use ARs because it's fun, and I don't know if I just give myself more of a challenge than needed, because I could just run through here with an assault shotgun and take absolutely everyone out. I still won't get this head of security challenge done quick enough, but we're about to find him in a moment here. So maybe I could get lucky, but probably not. This guy's gonna be located around the corner. I think I'm just gonna die. Yep. Nice. All right, we failed that bonus objective too of not dying. I also forgot the headshots. Oh, dude, I just didn't even think about that for this whole mission. Okay, yeah, we're literally just getting the car. We're not gonna make any bonus objective money at all. I totally sold, bro. I forgot. Oh man, I just was not paying attention. Anyways, let's see if I can take this guy out. Boom, we got him. If I didn't do the disrupt weapons optional objective, I feel like it would have just killed me a second time right there. Let's head upstairs. Oh wait, I gotta search the body. Jesus. I'm all out of source. I was up all night last night, so I'm running on absolutely no sleep, and I feel like I'm starting to see apparitions, dude. My eyes are crossed. Take out all these suckers in here and insert the control codes. Actually, there's one more enemy. Hello. Take you out. I'm not even worried about the headshots. Since all the bonus objectives are chalked, we're completing this like a total noob. Let's go, baby. Gotta respect it. All right, let's take control of the sub, beach this thing, get our car, and get this mission done. That sub fight was only like 3 minutes long, too. Not going for the bonus objectives made me speed it up super fast. That's awesome. I love this cutscene, too. It would be cool if you had some of the cops already waiting for you here, and the submarine would just, like, barrel through them, but I guess that'll do. Activating the landing pad right now. You can see that beautiful Omnis EGT sitting right there with that really cool fractal camo livery. It looks pretty nice. Orange and blue and everything. I mean, I wouldn't customize my car like that, but it's just visually appealing looking at all those colors. Maybe I'm just a child. Alright, let's get the hell out of here, boys. Now, for this part, this is honestly, I feel like the only part I can, like, instruct players on. Because the whole robbery itself is just like shoot enemies, right? But this, if you want to escape the wanted level and evade it, just immediately book it to the train tracks over here. And then you're going to use the tunnel and just drive the vehicle back to your salvage yard. Because in case you didn't know, this is how you escape the wanted level with every single mission up here. This is what you do for the Cluck and Ball farm raid. This is what you do for the salvage yard vehicle robbery. It's even better when there's a train in the way too, because you can kind of block your vision from the police if they're pursuing you up here. And then yeah, we're just going to continue to drive, follow the train tracks all the way through the tunnel. By the time we get to the end, we'll probably lose the wanted level anyway. And then yeah, we'll just be back at the salvage yard. All right, wanted level lost. Let's go home. And here we go, bringing the ominous EGT right back to the salvage yard. This whole mission was 10.5 minutes, which is just absolutely awesome there. What a speed run of that. We didn't get any of the bonus objectives done because we died. We didn't get 15 headshots, and we did not find that head of security. Wait, I did it? I completed it. And I got the 15 headshots. I'm surprised. Wow, so if I just didn't die, we actually would have completed all the bonus objectives. I thought it was totally chalked. Oh my lord. Anyways, that's one of the 2 that you need to do for the weekly challenge to make 100 grand. But now I can just sell this car to the docks. So there you go. That's $384,000 too for the vehicle robbery. And yeah, with all that out of the way, we are going to be wrapping everything up right here. I know that was like a very brief overview of the salvage yard, but if you do want to check out my full salvage yard guide, I promise you it's much better. It's scripted, dedicated editing. You know, this is just, of course, for the weekly update, just kind of talking about stuff. Much more casual, off the cuff. Live gameplay, live commentary, just very chill, right? More infotainment as opposed to like dedicated how-to and tutorial. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. It is the GTA 6 waiting room over on there. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Actually, I'll see you later today with a free DLC video, or free DLC vehicles video and guide, because we have 2 free vehicles as usual every single week, and then we'll talk about the 2 claimable cars later in the weekend for the salvagers. Have a fantastic day. See you guys then. Adios, amigos.